Hello and welcome to European Youth Connection Program, Stage 1 of Youth Leadership Training. I am Theo, I will be one of your facilitators as well as the guy whose voice and face you'll be seeing throughout these videos. I hear you wondering what is this project about. The European Youth Connection Program, or EYCP as we call it, aims to enable youth that normally wouldn't be able to take part in physical youth exchanges to benefit from intercultural learning, skills development, and internalizing European values online. How do we do that? Virtual youth exchanges. What are those? We're going to touch on later today on another video. But the reason we're gathered here today is for those who are not familiar with youth exchanges, they involve, other than the youth, they involve also youth leaders and facilitators. So what we're going to be doing for the next 5 days is talking about how to enable and assist youth into their learning and upskilling processes. But let's look exactly what we're going to be doing.
Introduction is what we are doing right now. Once we are done talking about the schedule, we are gonna play a little game I like to call Explain That Screen Name, where each of us is going to take turns explaining why or how we got the screen name that we have in 1 or 2 sentences. After that, I'm going to give you a little assignment, but for that wait until the end of the video. Getting to know each other. Here we continue with a few icebreaker games and story sharing, and after that we are going to draft a social contract. For those not familiar, a social contract is an agreement between all of us on how we are going to act towards each other during the next 5 days. What is a virtual exchange? Here we will talk about what are virtual youth exchanges as well as the requirements for setting up such a project. After that, we will have an open discussion on what are the benefits and concerns that might arise from such a project. Reflection groups. Here, we will divide into 4 groups and discuss a couple of questions that we will provide for you every day, so that we can take time to digest and reflect on what we did that day. Online Hangout, as the name suggests, we're going to hang out on Discord and play a couple of games in order to get to know each other better. I need you to be a facilitator is where we're going to talk about what is a facilitator, what they do, what are their responsibilities, and some facilitation styles as well as where they could apply. Facilitator's fancy toolbox. As the name suggests, we will go more in depth on tools that a facilitator can use in order to assist in a smoother learning process, as well as some digital tools that can be used in online settings like virtual youth exchanges. LARP briefing and character allocation. Here, for the uninitiated, we will talk briefly about what LARP is and why we use it as an educational tool, as well as explain the LARP game that we will be playing the next day. Intercultural nights. As you can see, we have put 3 intercultural nights on the schedule where we have paired up 2 countries each night. During those sessions, the countries listed can showcase and teach us about their culture however they want. Videos, quizzes, Google Street View tours, etc. Online LARP game. So I'm not going to spoil anything here. I'm just going to say that as you can see, the game is going to take the whole day, but don't worry because it's mostly going to be asynchronous. To give you a very unhelpful hint, there are going to be interesting situations that you will have to deal with according to instructions. Debriefing. Here we're going to take time to reflect on the things that happened during the LARP, as well as connect our experiences in it with real-life situations and theory. EU Youth Info and Opportunities is where we're going to touch on what is youth information, what is European youth information and opportunities, as well as where to find them. Spreading the word. As you have figured out by now, my naming sense isn't great, so during this one we're going to brainstorm ways to spread the info we talked about in the previous session in a way that is accessible and appeals to youth. Evaluation. No, this does not mean we will give you a test on what you've learned so far. On the contrary, we are going to ask you to evaluate our training, the info and materials provided, as well as the learning structure and process. Youth Pass filling / individual mentoring. During this session, we will talk about what is a Youth Pass and the key Youth Pass competencies. Additionally, if you need it, we are going to help you fill in your individual Youth Passes. Youth Pass ceremony. Here we're going to summarize everything we did in these 5 days and share stories. Additionally, anyone who wishes to may share what they wrote in their Youth Pass to potentially offer inspiration to everybody else. Finally, online closing party. Here we're going to gather and celebrate the closing of our training with sharing stories and plans for the future. And now that you have made it to the end of the video, I can give you a little assignment. I would like you to go to the Discord channel of the training and write 3 statements about you, 2 truths and 1 lie. People are going to vote on which one they believe is the lie, and at the beginning of the next session we are going to take turns revealing the correct answers and the stories behind them. Have fun and see you soon!